Dear younger brothers, sisters, and elder brothers, sisters, indeed, I feel very happy mixing with people, and particularly young people. When I sit with old people, then sometimes I feel, you go first, me go first. Then when I mixing with young people, 85-year-old person mentally sometimes feel younger. So I'm very happy, very enjoy meeting with you. Then time always moving. So no force can stop that. Time moving, changing, it's nature. Now the question is whether we utilize time properly or not. And for that, it's the past, we can't do anything. But the future depends on present. So we can make opportunity to create future more peaceful, more happy, or difficult future. Now, in that respect, the generation of 21st century, you are the key sort of people who create this century, more happier century or difficult century. So the generation of 21st century, you have the opportunity and also responsibility. And also the remaining 21st century, like me, we won't see, but you have to live. So therefore, it is your own interest to try to have happier century. So the generation of 21st century is very, very important. So please, these young brothers, sisters, please think more seriously how to build happy world, happy century. Because, a lot of problems which we are experiencing and seeing, including war, these are human creation. So, since these problems, many problems, human created problems, so logically, we also have the ability to eliminate these problems. If not entirely, certainly we can reduce these problems. So, the young human being, you have a very good opportunity and also moral responsibility to create happier world. So now, like these violence, war, mainly creation of anger, and also selfish and narrow-minded. If we create on this world a concept of oneness of human being, no basis of we and they, then you see these such as sort of cruelty and war, too much based on we and they. And that also finally concept of I, we, lacking a sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. If we consider entire 7 billion human beings as human brothers, sisters, then you see no basis to kill each other, to bully each other. Therefore, now it is very important that we have to develop sense of oneness of human being. And then logically, you see, human being are social animal. And then any social animal, they have the sense of concern about their own community, because their own life very much depends on the community. So ancient time, community, you see, his or her own area, firstly family, then small community. Now today's world, the reality, the Eastern world depend on Western world, all this technology, all this sort of modern science, all these come from West. We very much rely on them. Then also for economy, these things, West also is in need, depend on the East, and similarly South and the North. So from that, judging that reality, then today's human community seems entire 7 billion human beings is one human community. So we Buddhists usually, you see, recite this is some sort of prayer, entire sentient being, and we describe mother sentient being. And then also you see the other religion, like Judeo-Christian tradition and Muslim, those theistic religion who believe God. So from that viewpoint also you see entire world created by one God. So that God, something like our Father. So all 7 billion human beings are children of one Father, God. So, judging from that, entire 7 billion human beings are brothers, sisters. So, these theistic religion, except Creator God, very powerful. And God, everybody, you see, consider God infinite love. So our Father, one God, is infinite love. So we all 7 billion human beings are children of that God. So if you think seriously, how can human beings kill each other, bully each other? We have to live side by side with spirit of brotherhood, sisterhood. Then, as I briefly mentioned, according to non-theistic religion, or Sangha, or one part of Sangha, no concept of creator. And then Jainism, no concept of creator. And then Buddhism, no concept of creator. But then the main sort of message is Ahimsa and Karuna. So in this country, over 3,000 years, the concept of Ahimsa and Karuna. So when you seriously practice Ahimsa, then no basis to attack, to harm other. So no basis of war, violence. And all these Ahimsa concept related with Karuna. So when you sort of follow the teaching of these ancient Indian teachers, Ahimsa and Karuna, then automatically you see that person become very peaceful, very compassionate, and a sensible person. I think India, comparatively today, India most peaceful. And then the religious harmony, because of Ahimsa, concept of Ahimsa, different religious tradition, homegrown different religion, and religion come from outside. That's mainly Judeo-Christian and Islam and Zoroastrian. These come from outside. But you see, remain here, peaceful, and religious harmony in this country, truly, really remarkable. So in our neighbor country, due to different religious faith killing each other, in this country, religious harmony, marvelous. So therefore, India, the 1,000-year-old concept of Ahimsa and Karuna is very much relevant to today's world. And then, again, India's tradition, secular way. You see, whether believer or non-believer, believe this religion or that religion, is personal matter. As a human being, you see, we need practice of Ahimsa and Karuna. So among the Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization, Indus Valley's civilization, which is India's original. So, you see, this Indus Valley's civilization, I think the main sort of concept, as I mentioned earlier, non-violence and compassion. And that also, you see, according secular way, then today it's really very much relevant to today's world. Since the secular way approach these things, so through education, not through prayer, not through religious belief. Religious belief is individual matter, individual business. But this concept of peace, compassion is relevant to entire humanity. So now, I often used to express the 1,000-year-old India's tradition, Ahimsa, Karuna, through education. say, firstly, in this country, should revive in education field. Not only education which exists today is very much oriented about material value. Basically, existing modern education comes from West. So in the West, Judeo-Christian tradition, so there are sort of, whenever some problem or some difficult phase, just pray God, God, God. No sort of education or knowledge how to tackle our emotion, our mind. So now this country, before Buddha, before Mahavira, already have the concept of ahimsa and compassion, Karuna.